Alright, here with our first league with Phlage and Burn, so hopefully we'll see a decent amount of it this league. This hand is alright. Goblin Guide. Kind of dumbfounded that people want to get rid of this card in Burn, at least in the Burn Discord. It's like, really? That's the hill you want to die on? Okay. Put it to 9 before they really play a meaningful spell. Version may reveal non-creature land from non-creature, non-land. So slightly worse version of Augurbulus. Alright, we're up against a Wizard Harry. So we probably want 2 of those, maybe these. Vortex isn't probably great in this matchup. I think we'll roll like that for now. This hand could be painful, but it could also be very good. So it goes turn 1, fetch Island Tameo. Well. Okay, so they are blue-red. Flame of Anor. It doesn't have prowess or anything, right? Flare of Denial, sure. Interesting choice. No, this is just going to eat a bolt, but that's fine. The other hand is currently Land, Flame, Unknown. Basic Island. Swing with an aura, draw 2 cards. Shocker. And let's go fetch basic mountain here. Boop. Cute card. Okay. Next one. Here, matchup number 2. Looks like we are against an opponent with a Gigantha, so I'd strongly suspect we're up against energy. So. Maybe not. Okay, we're up against Storm. This probably isn't the best of matchups, would be my guess. Especially without Idol on. Play around. Yep. Decent chance we're dead next turn. Not holding up Searing Blaze because they already have 1 cost reducer, so I mean we're basically at the mercy of their deck. Should be pretty close to Academic. One thing we have not seen yet is a win con, but I mean, they're going to have basically unlimited looks at something here, so. At least they're playing really fast. I appreciate that. Alright, Sanctifier and back in. Don't really have a whole lot else to bring in here. I guess we go down like 2 Roiling Vortex and a Phlage. Like this matchup's about speed, Sanctifier, isn't the best in the matchup, but at least it can shut off the graveyard angle of attack with Past in Flames. So, And I do truly appreciate like my opponent's efficiency and speed with their deck. Like some combo players, especially not AO, of course, but some even Storm players can labor over decisions. My opponent was like, "Yep, I know I got," and then as soon as I found my wish, grape shot, you're dead. You know, not even like 2 minutes to cast like 5 or 6 spell or 20 or 30 spells. So cannot complain there. This hand really needs. It's already got basically a dead card in one Searing Blaze. Needs to draw land to do this one. I think we got a mulligan here. Yeah, this hand is alright. Like, like have Leyline of Sanctity or something? No, they couldn't with Gigantha revealed. So. Maybe I was gonna say Gemstone Cavern then. Opponent. Okay, so the Commercial District, at least they're not gonna get terribly much out of turn 1. I mean, there is a non-zero chance that we're dead on turn 2, but I don't think we can really play around. Well, not that we can play around anything. And when your only real sideboard card in the matchup without Eidolon is Sanctifier and Beck, just is what it is. Okay, cost reducer. In the Desperate Ritual. Reckless Impulse. We can't play a land here, but they can play Metamorphose. Just keep going with the Metamorphoses. Okay, I presume they have, or they're trying to, maybe they're trying to flip the Rao. If they still need to find a wish or you've got all the mana in the world, just show me the darn one con. Mm-hmm. Did you get too cute and bored out your stupid wishes? Alright, this isn't the greatest of hands, but we do have 12 points of burn, so we're going to roll with it. Don't know where opponent's on. Unlikely to be Storm, not revealing Gigantha, but find out here in a minute. I'm guessing Jeskai, but yep. Jeskai notably with no blue mana currently. Just getting bolted or galvanic discharged or whatever. Alright. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Just gonna hold on to this fetch land. We're gonna fetch like a meticulous archive, I think it is. Yep. Unfortunately, we can't kill them in response to a Phlage currently, but what the heck is this? They actually have Memory Deluge in their deck? One. Kind of weird. Alrighty then. What a weird game. Okay, draw a card, sure. Just don't let them go to Gizzard. Which card? Discard. Okay, what do they flash back here? Bloop. Nice. Alright, picking up a win. Game 1. It's quite likely they have Phlage in their deck with Arena. So definitely want these in. There's some consideration for Sanctifier, I guess, maybe. Like, I definitely don't want these Seared Blazes in my deck for the most part. I don't think. Path is not really what you want to be playing. Searing. I guess we could leave 2 Blaze in. And just kind of accept that sometimes we're going to lose to Phlage. Because they probably have either Subtlety or Solitude, so... yeah, I don't really like keeping the 4-land hand, 3-land hand, immediately drawing a 4th one. I guess the only thing nice here is if they wanted to kill Swivel Sphere, could kind of mess with their mana a little bit, but we'll just kind of take the turn off here. Alright, we'll start by playing Lava Spike, see what they do. They let it resolve, so it's kind of a gamba. Paladins don't learn. Okay, good for them. I mean, well sequenced. I'm not gonna talk about that or complain that was a bad play. So, just gonna Phlage the face. Yep. So the kind of draw that's a little bit difficult to beat. Really could use a 1, 2, 3, 4. Could really use a Rolling Vortex that turn. That obviously less than ideal for them. I mean, yeah. Not quite dead yet, but as soon as they draw another red source, we're probably dead. Snapcaster to the narrative. Seems legit. So they at least have 2 snappies, so I might want to bring in a couple of Sanctifiers, possibly. No, I can lay a Sanctity, sure. Spend that to kill the Snappy. Presume they have Basic Mountain in their deck. We're not being the current configuration, so alright, let's get these blazes out of my deck. Couple of sanctifiers, maybe a third one. It's entirely possible that they don't have. No. I think my Phlages are more important than that nonsense. I'll just put Searing Bloods in our deck instead of Searing Blazes. Love to find the Roiling Vortex. Snap Keep. Hopefully you don't have turn 0 Leyline. They do not. Good to know. Okay, opponent does in fact have Basic Mountain in their deck. Magic Ending? Sure. Say it was nice of our opponent to shock in there. Okay. If they're going to flash in the Snapcaster. You had 4 spells to possibly counter that turn, so I mean, I know it was a difficult choice. Tune the narrative, sure. Bolt you. Skewer you. Sure. No Phlage or Leyline, please. No Phlage or Leyline. Apparently you have neither. Alright, nice beating up people with Exquisite Firecraft again. Welcome to match number 4. Definitely keeping this hand. Got plenty of burn. I mean, obviously Searing Blaze can be a hit or miss card depending on what we're up against. So, guess we shall see. Put mulliganing to 5. Eldrazi. Definitely looks like Eldrazi to me. Don't know quite how aggressive a version of Eldrazi they are, but we do know they're on Eldrazi. So okay. Chalice on 1. Nope. Interesting card. Unfortunately, it's not our most mana efficient play, so Vortex go. Thunknut? Nope, Trinosphere. One time, this is going to get in for damage, so. With all the groves. Yeah, literally all the groves. Just gonna go ahead and pass the turn because this is not doing anything. So, I guess it's giving them the free card. Suspending Ripple literally gets us nothing as well. Here comes a large, well, 3-point Kazi. Yeah. To the top, one to the bottom. Okay. Goes to 12. Probably be a decent match for Phlage to show up. The opponent's got literally almost all the mana they could want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Question is, which version of Eldrazi are they? They're really going to pass doing nothing. It's a very interesting strategy, Cotton. Okay. To 5. So they kept a card on top. Would not be surprised if they have a second Cozy's command here. Through the Breach, we're probably dead with any creature. Well, it did mull to 5, so it is kind of hard to say like what their top end looks like. Harsh Mentor doesn't feel like it does much. Smash feels like a perfectly fine card. Searing Blaze, not so much. I think casting for green. That is very interesting. Another Kozilek's command? Yep. So, basically if I untap, they're probably dead. This guy's 4 to the bottom. That's somewhat terrifying. Please don't be... Okay, what the heck are you casting? Devourer of Destinies. Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. That's got to be like, what are the odds of our opponent? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want to make sure that Searing Blaze. Boop. Got game 1. So Grove of the Burning Willows. It's been a minute since I've seen that one. Through the Breach and just plain Eldrazi. Against GPM. Trinisphere in the main. Don't really seem like they're playing many chalices. It's not to say they can't have chalice in their deck, but alright, so you figure we're probably up against the typical configuration with... We're play. Yeah. So we definitely want 3 Smash to Smithereens in. Path to Exile is certainly a consideration. I think it's just literally like 3 Smash in, maybe 3 Certain Blaze out. Could consider bringing in Firecraft, but that feels a little clunky and risky. Yeah. As long as we don't get Chaliced on 1, this hand should be fine. Devourer of Destinies, sure. Does our opponent exile? Okay, so apparently they have Eugene's Labyrinth already. Got the turn 1 Chalice. Looks like you do not. Alright, so I suspect we're going to be staring at a Trinisphere this turn, but or TKS or something dumb like that. Turn 2 Ring is also a possibility, I suppose. Yep, turn 2 TKS. Nope. Looks like they're going to go with Trini first. It's kind of annoying, but what do you do? Land would be good. Okay, as we can confirm, they're on Breach. This is a situation where it'd be kind of nice to have so they're not deploying the 1 ring. Okay. So nice Kozilek's Command Nerd. Question mark. I mean, we gotta go with it anyway, but Devourer of Destinies is not exactly the best breach target. So we're probably getting breached next turn, would be my guess. Pick your poison. Okay, that's an interesting one. Can literally completely blank that card if we really wanted to in post-board configs. This is the way we tank to cast. Kozilek's blah blah blah. Unblock, don't take any damage. I'm surprised we didn't scry there. But, you know, what do I know? Okay, that through the breach, GG's. Sure. Let's move on with their nonsense. Alright. Tormentor is non-mana abilities, right? This hand's pretty good overall. Honestly, if this hand can't beat Eldrazi, I think we're in a lot of trouble. Okay, they've been the card with 7 cards in hands. They probably have Devour of Destinies, right? Mm-hmm. And Gemstone Cavern. Fantastic. Okay, we know World Breaker is one of the cards we'll be looking at with Devour of Destinies. Could get Trinisphered on freaking turn 1. Alright. Could have tried to suspend Earthbolt here, which would be our normal play pattern, but then our opponent just turns around and Trinispheres us, then, you know, kind of pointless. Just play your Kozilek's Command. It's literally the only thing you could have here. It's pretty bad when the Storm and the Jeskai players play so much faster than the Eldrazi player. Okay, I legitimately don't know why they wasted their mana like that. Okay, Trinisphere. Nope, through the breach. Sure, what you got? Yep. Goes to 2, play a land, go. Go. One ring, sure. Sowing Meko Spawn. Not a bad one if, you know, we actually draw a land. Did you forget to tap your green mana? Yep. Alright, mana. Hand number 4, land match number 5. Can't keep the 4-lander. Not thrilled about this hand, but on 6 I think we keep it. Come back. Yeah, Boros Charm, I guess, for now. And Tammy will go. And another glyph. Okay. And all I can against the shadow deck. A lot of tension in that deck with Nether Glyph and Retired Regent. 2-3. Inquisition, sure. Presume you take Goblin God here, right? So what is the play here? I guess it's Suspend Rift Bolt and pass. So they're going to risk shocking that in. And please. Going face. Okay, spin the rift and pass. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 6, 6 Murtad. So I presume the order of operations here is attack with Netherglyph, see if I block, play Murktide, and see what happens. Nope, just play another Netherglyph. Got it. Funny part is bling. I mean, start with Skewer the Critics. Sure. Put it with a Murktizzle for Shizzle in the hand. And they're going to do things in the wrong order of operations, it looks like. I think they just realized they needed to attack first. Head for 6. And make a 6/6 Glyph. Or 7/7 Murktide. Thank you with a 6/6. Okay, so we're going to leave maximum card types in the graveyard. So this will be still a 6/6, I think. Yep. 5/5. Curious choice, but all right. Such a dumb league so far. 3 Sanctifier and Vec. And 2 of these. Don't like Roiling Vortex and don't really like Searing Blaze. Can also consider cutting a Phlage here. So this is one of those like weird tensions with Phlage is like Sanctifier and Vec, blanks Death Shadow, blanks Netherglyph, and potentially makes Murktides a bit more difficult to cast. Phlage, obviously, I mean, they have ways to deal with it, probably with Fatal Push, possibly Drown the Lock. So I think it's just like this, maybe. Don't really like. Okay, this hand isn't ideal, but we'll roll with it. It's got a creature, it's got a couple of skull cracks, we have a Path to Exile to deal with. One of our opponent's large dumb idiots, potentially. Play into a Stern Scolding turn 1. I think because of that I do. Which, you know, whatever. annoying but not unseen. Let's see what they deploy here. Frog. So Frog leaves things. I think there will be other opportunities to resolve path to exile on this Frog. Do they have a subtlety? Wasn't thinking about Frog, but I probably should have. So. Sure. Mm-hmm. Never goif, never goif. Does whatever a never goif does. Nether goif, nether goif. Does whatever a nether goif does. Very curious that they they gonna jump the Frog. Okay. Please feel free to counter this if you wish. Orcish Boatmasters, huh? They may not have Death Shadow in their deck. So they're just like Dimir Frogtide, no Shadow. Just fine, I guess. Probably should have popped one of our Sanctifier or some big canyons here. Yep, I'd pitch all your cards here, or at least most of them. Probably not getting another jump. Another Frog, sure. Aha, my spell pierce finally worked. Go ahead and deal with this Bowmasters while we have the opportunity. Just what I wanted. Yes. I'll be in a bit. We could stop drawing lands, that'd be great. Don't think we're winning this game though. If I tried counter racing, I don't think I would have won the race. And we're just dead, so. Oh, I mean, let's see what cards they pitch here. All the fatal pushes sitting in a row. Maybe Harsh Mentor is simply better because of Frog. Alright, I guess I'd like to play first. No, I'd not like to keep the zero lander. I won't risk this hand. Back. Some big canyon for now. Inquisition, frickin' course. Nope, just another drive. Cool. Bless you. Definitely not pathing that when we're basically going to blanket the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. Spell Pierce, who cares? I mean, I guess we could technically play around Spell Pierce, but they would have to... kept the card on top. Sure. I'll make these 1/2s. Or 2/3s, sorry. Come on, tap out for frog. You know you want to. Okay, pass. Bloop. You got nothing. That's us for 3, puts us to 7. I'm not playing around Bone Masters here. Well, I mean, it's certainly a card. I don't think it's going to resolve, but it's a card. Spell Snare. Yep, just good old stern scolding. Best draw would probably be Exquisite Firecraft. Of course, they time Inquisition perfectly. Tide Region incoming, so both Boros Charm and Exquisite Firecraft would be lethal here. Instead, we draw a useless card. 8. And alright, finish up with the 2-3. Alright, so let's take a look at the list that we were rolling with today. Basically typical burn, other than we finally got ourselves a couple copies of Phlage Titan of Fire's Fury. However, I don't think we ever cast it during this league, so really kind of hard to say how good or bad Phlage is. But even in its worst, Phlage is like a slightly awkward mana, Skewer the Critics or Riftbolt in a lot of situations. So even in its worst, Phlage is still probably pretty reasonable in burn overall. The rest of the deck, I mean, I think you really got a pretty good snapshot of Burn's problem in the current meta. Lost to Ruby Storm because we weren't, in part because we weren't playing Eidolon, which is like one of the only cards besides Sanctifier and Vec that Ruby Storm remotely cares about. We lost to Eldrazi because we got game 1 we won, game 2 was kind of close, and then game 3 we got hit by an early through the breach Emrakul, and then we're left at 2 life with a pain land, or sorry, with a basically a pain land with Fiery Islet and a fetch land. What I could have potentially done in that situation was to fetch the land, cracked Fiery Islet, and try to draw deeper for painless lands. So that is one thing with the mana base is sometimes the quote unquote default burn mana base of 2 shocks, 2 mountains, 4 sunbaked, 1 Fire Islet can be a little painful in some spots, especially if you're playing like Eidolon or just you're against a deck that's kind of counter racing you. So I mean, the rest of the main deck, Rolling Vortex or Eidolon, kind of hit or miss. This just happened to be the list by get the player right, Farm D MTG. That was the most recent Burn 5.0, which was about a week ago at this point. So it was just card for card their list. And then, because I've been mainly avoiding the quote-unquote stock burn list, mainly because we haven't had Phlage, and it's kind of disingenuous to play standard burn. I don't really think standard burn, I mean, some people were certainly playing it, but most people were playing at least some number of Phlage in their 75 one way or another, or they're playing the Amped Raptor build. I just don't think that traditional burn without some type of MH3 cards is particularly great. Hasn't been for a while, honestly. But yeah, as far as the main deck, I mean, main card we wanted to see was Phlage. We didn't get to see it, so kind of a failure in the league in that part. Sideboard, Exquisite Firecraft came in a lot, won us basically in a good part our 2 matches that we won. Searing Blood, I think this is a perfectly fine card to have in the meta right now. It's a reasonable card against the energy decks, particularly Mardu and Boros. Smash to Smithereens, kind of a semi-necessary card. Either this or Wear Terror because of Chalice Trinisphere. Harsh Mentor, I mean, Nadia's a deck, unfortunately. Sanctifier and Vec, I mean, it was okay against Murktide, but I think it still suffered from the same problems it would against Blue-Red, in that you stuff some of your opponent's threats, but you still struggle against Frog and Murktide Regent, and unfortunately, Frog kind of beat us game 2 and in game 3? No, they had a Sink in the Stupor into Stern Scolding, and then we just kind of bricked when we needed a 4. One of our 5 remaining 4 damage spells in our deck, or I don't even think Phlage would have bought us a turn, because I think we were at 4? Maybe Phlage would have bought us a turn by killing another Goyf. I'm not sure on that one. But, yeah, a couple Path to Exile. I don't think Path is terribly positioned right now. If you look at the matchups that particularly Burn has problems with, Nadu any of the frog variants and those kind of decks. Just having a one-man answer to things, even if you're giving your opponent a land or two in the case of Nadu. I think sometimes you just need to clear things out, do what you need to do, and get the game over with. One thing I'm not sure of is the tension between Phlage and Sanctifier and Vec. If you're supposed to bring in Sanctifier and Vec against your opponent's opposing Phlages in addition to other spells, or if it's just here for like Storm and such, that's one thing I would have to test more to know. Of course, we'd actually have to see Phlage first, but anyways, I mean, we've got the new Giant in our deck, but it was a little bit camera shy here, so hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more luck seeing the card. And as always, if you like burn content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you for our next video.